Yeah, it was an enthralling game night. We screamed at each other. I finished a barn today, which was nice. Got that job done. Absolutely brutal job. I got the worst sickness I've had in years.
Yeah,
The
so what'd you
illness.
get?
I don't
Like
know
hay
what I
fever?
got, dude. But like I started feeling bad on Tuesday, felt bad on Wednesday, Thursday, it all hit the fan. Dude, I had like diarrhea disease. I don't know
Just
literally what it
constant
was.
rhea.
I got to work on Thursday. We were painting up on top of a barn, like so high up. And I got up on the roof and me and Josh are like, we're like up there, dude. We're like a good like 40, 50 feet up. And I just look at Josh, we're painting. I was so sick, like you could see it in my face. I was like white. And then I just look at him and I'm like, dude, I just fucking shit my pants.
No way, really?
Dude, and it wasn't even a fart. Like I had leaky asshole disease. Josh had this like a couple weeks ago, same exact thing, but like worse than me. He was throwing up and like uncontrollable, like dude, like
Yeah,
uncontrollable anus,
what?
zero control of
Yeah,
your anus. Like literally,
yeah, yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
Josh said he just woke up like 3 times because Josh was sick for a full week, like with just shit in his pants. He just woke up with Duke in his pants. So I got whatever he got.
What? You shit your pants on a roof then?
Yeah, I pooped my pants on a roof. I look over at Josh. I pooped my pants. I said, "Oh no!" I helped. I just kept painting, dude. I said, "Fuck it, dude. I'm painting with poop in my butt, dude."
No
Painted
way.
like an absolute animal, dude. That's what happens when you fucking run your own business. There's no fucking, oh, I'm going home. Painted for a while with poop in my pants.
That's how bad do you want it, folks?
My
How
fucking,
bad do you want it? Do you want to poop your pants for this? That's
yeah. Do
what
you
it's
want to
gonna
fucking
take.
work with crap in your cheeks? Crappy cheeks? Do you want to fucking finish the workday with a couple of crappy cheeks? And I was just painting my little heart out, and then I started feeling nauseous as hell. I got down. I was like, Josh, like I gotta get off this roof. I get off the roof. I get to the bottom of the ladder. I projectile vomit everywhere. Like
No.
I get down on my hands and knees and just everything I ate for like the last like 2 days, just projectile vomit everywhere. And then I just literally face down, laid in the grass. And I said, Josh, just let me know when you're done painting up there, and I will
You were-
help you get
yeah,
stuff off the roof because he has a bunch of shit off the roof, and it's hard to like climb like
yeah, yeah,
over the ladder with a bunch of
yeah.
shit. So it's easy if like there's one guy on the ladder and then person who's on the roof can hand it to him and then he can come and bring it down. So I literally just laid on the ground face down outside in the hot sun for like an hour until Josh
Dude, was
finished.
the owner home?
Thank God the homeowner was not home because they would have just
Okay.
looked outside and seen one guy literally face down next to a pile
Yeah,
of throw up
yeah, yeah. It's like, well, I think
with
one of
poop in
them
his
died
butt.
on
They
my
wouldn't have known
lawn.
about
The
the
other
poop.
one's just
Yeah.
going. Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, he
Josh is
shit
just
his
cooking,
pants. He's
dude.
definitely dead.
Just absolutely cooking. And then eventually he finished. I helped him get everything off the roof. And I said, all right, I'm going home. I had a nice little half day. I went home, dude. I literally like I pooped like every 30 to 45 minutes, like for that entire rest of the day. To the like I
Yeah.
was like, I wanted to go home and sleep because I was like so sick. I couldn't sleep because like the poop was coming, dude. And then all throughout the night, pooped that entire night. Then I had work on Friday, woke up, went to work. I took a bunch of Imodium, didn't work. I took 4 Imodiums, was still just shitting my
Oh, did
brains
I
out.
go in a? No way, really?
Yeah, it was still just shitting my brains out. Went to work the next day. I pooped like every hour on the hour. So I would literally paint as hard as I could for an hour. And then I would go inside the like,
Person's house and
yeah. And
going.
they were cool about it. She's cool about it. Shouts out to Linda. But I would
Yo,
go
shout
in,
out Linda, man.
shit, come out, paint for an hour, go back in, shit, paint for an hour. Did that all day.
Yeah.
At one point, I had to go grab more paint. The paint store is a half an hour away. And I had to stop at Wawa on the way and shit.
To go and shit. Did you get to the point where you're like, I don't have anything left in me?
I had nothing
Where is
left of
this
my
coming
food.
from?
And it was like, you know, when you throw up and you just have stomach bile?
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
know
what I was
exactly
shitting
what.
out at one point. I Googled it and I was like,
Uh,
can you still have diarrhea if you don't have any food in your stomach? Because at one point the diuretics weren't, or the like Imodium wasn't working. So I was like, what if I take a diuretic and then I just empty the tank entirely? And there'd be nothing left.
yeah, yeah. You speed up
I
the
was like, what if
process.
I
You
go the
know,
other way? Because I know this is gonna happen. And then I Googled it
yeah.
and they were like, that's not how it works, you dumbass. You'll just
you,
you'll
you
just shit
you
out
thought
stomach bile.
you thought you
And
could
like,
get a star in Mario Kart and speed it up a little bit.
yeah, exactly. I thought I could fast forward on the I hit the 2 times on the fucking diarrhea.
Yeah,
But apparently
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
how it works. And I was on the toilet all day Friday, working, pooping, working, pooping. Saturday, I felt a little bit better. I like wasn't shitting as much Saturday. And then I had a friend's birthday party. I was like, "Oh no, I couldn't finish the job on Saturday. I'm gonna have to work Sunday, so I couldn't stay out at the friend's birthday party, which stunk, but I was sick anyway. Went
Yeah.
to the party, was like, "Fuck it, dude. Dude, if we're gonna walk on ice, we might as well dance, dude. That's how I live my life. That's always how I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah, of
You
course,
give me
of
a chance
course.
to roll the dice, I'm rolling them 10 times out of 10, baby. There's no,
Yeah.
you know, what's the point in living life, you know, if you're not gonna roll the dice? Like
It
people in the suburbs around Pennsylvania, because Philly's obviously a shithole. Like if you live an hour outside of Philly, you're definitely afraid to go into Philly, which
yeah,
I think
yeah,
is
yeah.
hilarious. Like
Which is wild.
they literally think that you have to have like double bandolier bullets, like akimbo Desert Eagles, and then like the second you park the car in Philly, you get out of the car and you start shooting. Gah,
You
gah, gah,
start
like
blasting.
defense. Yeah, you have to wear a full flak jacket. Like you
Yeah,
step out of the car,
that's
you catch. Yeah, That's what people in the suburbs think, dude. They're like, "Oh, I'm not going down to Philly." Like they literally
yeah,
think you're
yeah.
sliding over the hood of your car the second you get out, like gah, 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 gah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Ducking behind cover.
Dude,
So I
literally,
don't live my life like that, dude.
them dropping their kids off like at Temple for their first day of classes. It's that highway scene in Sicario, where just
Yeah,
four guys with AKs that just come out of the car
that's
like, all right, baby, go, baby,
that's
get to your dorm,
literally
go.
what they
I'll
do.
cover you. Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
wait,
so we did that,
when you
and
say like roll the dice, were you like, I'm at the party in Philly and I'm like, also I'm gonna order Indian food right now,
no, I
or
was
were you
like,
like,
"Am I gonna throw tequila?" Finally starting to feel slightly better on Saturday. I'm like, "Am I
oh, and
gonna
you were
throw
like,
tequila in this diarrhea
yeah,
stomach?" And I said, "I'm fucking throwing tequila in this diarrhea stomach, baby. We're gonna roll the dice." So I did that, but
call
then I left the
Mexican
party at
crockpot.
11, which is good. I
Yeah.
left the party at 11, came home, just chilled, grinded a little Skyrim, Oblivion, which,
yeah,
like, when
yeah.
you're sick and you have an entire Skyrim game you never played, I was low key like, "Alright, let's go."
Yeah, this
Like,
is
this is
nice.
kinda
I
hype.
knew you were texting me and I was like, he's feeling good right now.
I was
Like
hype.
he's
I was
like,
like, "You know what? I'm sick, I'm in bed. I got a Skyrim I never played before. I could put in a 16-hour shift right now, no problem."
yeah, yeah.
Even though I had work the next day. Went up, woke up this morning, went there, killed it. Shouts out to Linda. We painted this barn in memory of her dead husband. I painted their exterior of their home years ago. He was alive at the time. And then she called me up and she said, I want to paint this barn. Clayton was talking about it for years
Really?
before he passed, before he got sick. He wanted to paint this barn. So we're fucking painting it for Clayton. And I said, yeah,
Yo.
let's fucking go, Linda. Linda's 85 years old, no kids, has a fucking farm, has a horse. She's mucking the fucking stalls by her goddamn self, dude. Goes out there with a fucking wheelbarrow, 85 years old, fucking mucks the stall, lets the
That's our
horse
girl,
out.
Linda.
She's a fucking beast, dude. Absolute fucking
Yeah.
animal, Linda. I mean, couldn't say enough good things about her.
Dude, mad
And
respect to Linda.
we got that fucking barn painted for Clayton with Dookie and my cheeks are without. Clayton, we did that for you, baby boy. We did
Clay-
that for you up in heaven, baby boy. You're up there with JC looking down on me and you say, you know what? This man's got cheeks in his butt or he's got poop in his cheek. He's got cheeks in his butt and he's got poop in them cheeks in his butt. And he's fucking paint my goddamn barn for me, dude. We got
We're
that
still showing up.
done, dude. We banged it
Jake had
out.
a wine. He had a wine cork in his butthole. Okay, he had
Ready
gorilla
to go.
tape on both cheeks, holding them together. Okay, and he still showed up. And you know what? Josh even painted a little memoriam for Clayton. It may have been stick figures memoriam
Yeah.
going up. that would actually be if it were like you guys were like, "Hey, Linda,
We
I
did
just want to say we did we did something special for you guys. We wanted to do. We were just in Philly. We thought, hey, let's do a memorial. Let's
It's
do
just
a mural on the side of the barn, and it's Josh is like,
it's a stick figure with
perfect.
a huge
It's a stick figure.
He would have loved this. He would have loved this. A huge stick figure on the side of the barn with just a giant cock.
just giant cock coming out of it.
Nuts. I airbrushed Clayton, dude, and Jack Diesel, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fucking a giant claymore sword, dude. One hand up in the air, and I fucking had Linda wrapped around one leg in a layer costume, dude.
They're they're on a mountain. There's lightning and thunder in the background.
Yeah, it was Clayton
Yeah.
as Zeus. He had a big lightning bolt up in one hand, and he was fucking. Yeah, but yeah, no, we
Yeah,
got that shit done.
yeah, that's sick. That's jeez. I love it. It's just how I imagined him.
Just what he would have wanted.
Dude, this is
You know,
him. It's Clayton in Vietnam. Just
for sure, type of dude who like did like 7 tours back in the day, and like
a hundred
came home and
percent.
just like rode horses on his farm and like worked on his tractors. He had like 4 tractors and like everything he had was pristine, dude. Like he had a big old garage. He used to be an 18-wheeler driver. Big old garage, like 5 antique tractors in there that still ran. Had an antique bulldozer from like the fucking 1800s that still ran. I was like, "Is that thing still run?" She was like, "Oh, I'm sure it runs. I don't know how to run it, but that thing was running before Clayton went."
Really, dude.
Like Clayton kept up to deal with everything.
Dude, good
Yeah.
for him.
We freaking Friday morning, I needed a morale boost. We went out in the field. I brought a couple of M80s I got in South Carolina. We put an empty Progresso can on top. Fucking lit shot the can up like 30 yards in the sky, dude. A little morale boost before the start of the day.
Your morning ritual. Your morning
Yeah.
rituals. Okay, we can start now. We're good. Woo, it's gonna get me through the day.
Let's fucking paint this barn.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys walk away. This fire starts up in the woods.
Yeah. Everything's on fire like the Patriot.
Yeah. Yeah. As you running through.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude. If you're the memorial or the mural was like of Clayton as he's like he's shooting
Double
red coats.
tomahawking a guy.
Yeah, double
The creek
tomahawking red coats in the creek side.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it's perfect.
What
He
an
would have loved
absolute
this.
banger.
He
Yeah, he's
really hated
got-
the British.
It's a mural of him with like a Native American head, like
Yeah,
that
he's
yeah.
scalping.
Yeah.
He's scalping
Scalping
people.
a Native American head.
Just peeling him. Yeah.
But yeah, just real salt of the earth, dude. Back when fucking men were men. And they served their country and they didn't care if it was wrong. They said, "We believe all the propaganda on the news."
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You know what?
whatever. Vietnam is
Whatever.
going to go communist. I know France was in there for years and this is a dullest brother program. But we're fucking going in and we believe what we're fighting for, even if it's wrong.
I know in the back of my mind I'm committing war crimes, but you know what? I have this beautiful little thing called orders are orders. And I'll tell you what, they help me sleep for 8 hours at night. And on top of it, I'm gonna smoke a lot of opium while I'm over here too. I'm gonna get really high. That's the best part. Is there like Vietnam? Like you might be committing war crimes, but when you get back, opium. I think it was like 30% of the troops high all the time.
Yeah, back in the day. I think it was heroin too. There was 40% of the 40% of the troops were addicted to heroin, and then they came back home and there was no
Sober.
there was no source like for them to keep doing poppy. So
Yeah.
opium. So like they didn't get addicted, but it's actually a weird stat that a lot of them over there in Vietnam were just fucking smoking out the end of a gun barrel.
Yeah, that is sick. That definitely wouldn't fly nowadays, but
I mean, we were guarding opium fields in Afghanistan, but I don't know if anybody was fucking smoking that
yeah,
shit.
and wasn't the CIA paying like a couple $100 billion every year?
They were like, we
Like, go
can't
and
let
keep the
the
opium
enemy get
enterprise.
the opium.
Come on, we
Yeah.
can't burn it. What are we gonna do? Get high from burning it? Are we monsters? Yeah,
Who needs these
The,
Blackhawks? We should just leave them here.
yeah. They would love a Humvee. They've earned the Humvee. You know what? I know a used car dealer in downtown Kabul, and he actually said we can get a really good price for these Humvees as long as we keep the turrets on top. 50
Nothing
cals
ever
have to stay
happened
with
from
it.
that. Like you think about when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, we left all those Blackhawks. Like you would have thought for sure you would have seen a
Yeah.
video of fucking some Arab dude crashing a Blackhawk. Absolutely no clue how to fly that.
That would have been so funny.
You would have seen those videos by now. You know?
Just exactly. Just a guy in his pajamas trying to fly, trying to get a Black Hawk off the ground, and it just makes a hard left turn right into the dirt. I do like a couple travel guys that I follow, and every once in a while they'll be in Afghanistan to go and visit. They all say the best thing, like the food's lights out. They actually like some of the best food in the entire world. But like, there was like an Irish guy I was like watching, and he was motorcycling up through the mountains, and then he's just like doing a bathroom break, and then you just see like a Humvee with like 6 Afghani Talibans just hanging off of it, just going by, and he's like, "Huh, I guess the Americans left that one behind." But like, if you think about it, like for how much stuff we did leave behind compared to like how big the country is, it's like it's not like they're all driving Humvees.
True.
It's like
That is true.
one out of like, you know, 100 squads of Taliban has like a Humvee, and even them, they're just like it's on the weekend they drive it around. They just try to keep the engine warm. You
Yeah.
know, they need a reason to use the gas. That's all. But anyway,
Very quick.
who you texting?
Mary, she's trapped at Pride in Philly. She skipped family game night to go to Pride in Philly.
No way.
Yeah.
And what do you mean she's trapped in Pride? Is there like a
she,
Chinese
can't go
guy
to
that's
train
texting
home.
you?
Yeah. Yeah, the ransom note. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. You come down to Chinatown. You bring 50,000 yen if you ever want to see Mary alive again. And you look up the ratio rate, and you're like, "Ooh, $100. Ooh, that's tough."
Mary's hanging in the window like those pecking ducks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big old tall ass hanging in the window like a pecking duck.
He's sending you photos.
I told you I had a Chinese. I have a Chinese friend who took us to Chinatown and like showed us all the secret spots.
No way, really? I just want to know where the gambling spots are, like the underground mahjong rings.
That I'm in, like, just dudes screaming and smoking cigarettes, and then like spinning a revolver like it's a deer hunter.
Yeah, exactly. They're playing Russian roulette in a basement. I'd go to that. I'm not saying I'd participate, but I would watch that in a heartbeat. Because that point, it's not traumatizing. I like willingly went in there, okay, and I'll throw down some yen. At that
it's my turn. Oh, I left my keys in the car. Mom,
yeah,
Mom, is that you? Oh, it's a lock.
Can someone unlock the door real quick? I
have
just
to use the
realized
bathroom, actually.
Just me. Just let me out. Let me out. Get off of you, zipperheads.
Just me with the tie around my head, putting the gun to my head, screaming.
Yeah. Who are you animals? And you just 1, 2, 3, and they're like, ah.
Yeah, no, our Asian friend took us to Chinatown, dude, and like showed us the spots. Dude, this one spot, it was a claw machine store. It was just a claw machine store, like, you know, with just the prizes, right? There's a staircase in the back. You go down the staircase, full blown grocery store, like the size of an Acme underground.
Yeah, what?
Crazy, dude. It was nutty.
I don't want this to sound like racist at all. They love that underground shit though. And I'm not talking like I'm not talking tunnels in Vietnam, but like when I went to Taiwan, they're like, there's a huge mall, one of the biggest malls in the world. And I was like, where is it? And they're like, you're in it, buddy. It was like essentially like if you take the subway in Philly, right, from each train station, instead of it just being mole people, they just built a mall between all the train stations. So you can walk in Taiwan to every like subway station underground, and it's just a giant mall that's underneath the city. It was insane. I didn't see daylight for like 4 hours walking through this mall.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely specifically hid the grocery store because they didn't want any white people in there. Like I definitely felt like I was invading the space for sure because I was like they went out of their way to make this hard to find so that us whites were not in there. I was invading a space. I felt like when I go to the gay bar and I'm straight, I'm like, I know this isn't my space, guys.
You hear the record, like the music stops, like when the guy, like the cowboy walks into the saloon and like the piano stops for a second and everyone just stares and looks at you.
Yeah,
like, exactly. Yeah. The question is like, how do they unload the truck there? You know, like. It's an underground Acme store. Where's the 18-wheeler dropping off pallets for food for them, or do they just have grandmas like carrying bags down the stairs from the claw machine store?
Good question. I have no clue.
All right.
But yeah, that was sick. Did that. Um, yeah. And then last week we had nothing to talk about, and I totally forgot that the weekend before I went to the strip club in Philly, and we're sitting
Okay,
next to
yeah.
these two dudes, and they're fucking Russians. Or wherever Belarus is that Russia?
Yeah, so Belarus is like, if I'm correct, by Lithuania, Latvia. It's definitely used to be Soviet Union. They're Slavs, so yeah, it counts.
Yeah, yeah, and they like spoke broken English or whatever, and they were talking to each other in Russian all night. And then we were at the strip club with them, and then they ended up coming to the casino with us. We ended up getting fucked up with two Belarusians all
Yo,
night.
what?
And then the two dudes would start speaking in they were like our age, but they were Russian. And the one dude was like skinny. I was like, all right, I could take this guy. But then the other guy was a problem. I was like, if this guy pops off, like I'm gonna have to
We're
knock out the
done.
skinny guy like immediately, so I have enough energy for this other guy because it's gonna be a problem. If it's a 2-on-1, this skinny guy is gonna be the deal breaker for sure between me and big guy
Yeah,
over here.
yeah.
But
He's the
they were cool.
catalyst.
They were chilling, and they would talk to each other in Russian. I would say, "Don't you fucking talk in Russian? You fucking speak
Be like,
English. I know
hey,
you're talking
yeah.
about me. I know." I said, "Hey, I got Google Translate. I'll turn it on right now. I'll make it listen, dude." And I was speaking to them in Google Translate sometimes when they couldn't understand because I was with my
Yeah.
one friend who's lesbian, and then I had to like tell them like, "Yo, like this is my girlfriend, and this friend is lesbian. So like, you guys aren't getting
You
your dick
can't.
wet
You
tonight.
can't.
All right.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to come
Exactly.
back to the crib and drink and smoke, then hell yeah, you can." And then we fucking brought him back to the crib. Dude had like, dude, he literally crushed a case of beers like throughout the day before we got to him. And he was just crushing shots. And then he like smoked like 3 blunts to the dome when we got
Yo,
back to the crib.
what?
And then the weed like finally started slowing him down. Like at some point, he was
Yeah,
like, had his head like down on like in his hands.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
There it
And then
is.
about 4 a.m., I said, we're wrapping it up, Russian boys. You got to hit the road, dude. Call a fucking Uber. Yeah, we got
Get
hit
out of
with
my house, dude.
Belarus. They were sick. They were fucking sick, but
Dude, they were probably speaking Russian to being like, I think this kid's kidnapping us. Like, how do we get out of this scenario? And you're just drunk being like, shut the fuck up. You speak English right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Don't you
And
fucking talk because I'm like, I know what's going on here.
Yeah,
I would say something to them and then they would start speaking to each other in Russian. I'd be like, nah. You fucking
yeah,
say it in
yeah.
English, all right? I'm not having any of this fucking behind the
They're literally like, how do we get out of here? Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Like, do you know, can we just say like our buddy's coming to pick us up? And they're like, oh, he wants us to go back to his apartment. They're like, dude, we need to call the cops right now. And you're like, shut the fuck up. We're going back to my place. We're gonna smoke now.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, that's yeah. They're like,
but no, they were
okay.
making fun of us because we crushed a bottle of tequila that night, and then like we killed it in front of them, and they were like, "Oh, that's all you guys had to drink." And I was
Dude,
like, "We
what?
crushed a bottle," and then he was like, "Dude, I
Yeah.
fucking drank like a 30 rack before I got to the strip club." Like, I was like, "What, dude? You're a fucking animal." And then he took 3 blunts
Yeah.
to the dome, and he was pounding whiskey after that. Fucking animal, dude. I guess the
Dude,
rumors about the Russians are true, dude. They can put it back.
yeah, they're like they're basically people from Wisconsin. Their whole personality is just drinking.
Yeah,
Like that's pretty much what they bring to the table for the scenario. Plus, like, have you looked at Russia? Like, it's not like there's a lot to do outside. Just stay inside in your apartment, drink, and yell at your Slavic wife. It's
yeah,
pretty much that's your entire evening. You know?
yeah. We hung out with them, and then back to the China story. There was an X Files episode actually a couple weeks ago. I know I'm getting into
Here
X
we
Files
go.
talk
Here we
immediately.
go. Yeah, yeah.
But there was like a Chinese roulette.
You're good.
They
You just cut
everybody
out.
would go and like pitch money in, and then like they would like they'd pull like one person's chip out of like a room of people,
Yeah.
and then like that person had to pull like a certain token out, and then if they got it wrong, then they had to like donate like a piece of their body to like sell off like auction off a piece
To
of
a
their body.
Chinese wet market? Is that
Yeah,
where is
they
this?
didn't
Does
get
this
it
take
wrong.
place in Wuhan?
There's like a bunch of Chinese dudes. Like one guy had like was missing like fingers and eyeballs and shit. And like,
No way.
yeah, and then actually you have to donate your heart like when you're done. And then yeah,
Yeah. I I am still I here's the deal. Mikkel she put a pretty quick label onto like X Files and was like, what's this weird old show that you're watching? Because she also likes like I don't watch anything that was made before I was born. So like I'm waiting for an opportunity to watch more X-Files because I kind of liked it a little bit. You know,
Dude,
it
it's
kind of got me.
gas, bro. It's
Kind of got
gas.
me in there a little bit, yeah. But like my wife, when it comes to media, is very judgmental. She's like, I don't watch anything before I was born. Anime is gay, and I was like, black kids like anime. Anime is cool.
Yeah.
You know, once the black kids started liking Naruto, I was like, awesome. Like I can watch a little bit of anime. It's not like I watch it religiously, but there are some I'm like, I wouldn't mind watching that. And she's like, what? Why are you even mentioning that? I'm like, oh, sorry. And she's trying to tell me I'm not cool when I turn on anime. I was like, you were in band in high school.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell I was like, you're
Yeah.
trying to tell me that I don't know
You're
what cool
one
is?
step
Anyway,
above color guard, lady. All right.
you were the head of band. You were the conductor. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't even play a fucking instrument, dude. What the fuck are we talking about here?
You waved that arm around.
You
Okay,
waved a
so I need
fucking
you.
wand around here. Looking down on me because I like Attack on Titan. This is bullshit.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm 3 seasons in. Okay, I'm invested. Yeah, no, I didn't even finish Attack on Titan because she was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Dude, the podcast you listen to." I was in the car with the episode where one of the girls was like, "I watched this with my husband, and I like watching it too." If the girls that you like listening to podcasts watch Attack on Titan, I can watch Attack on Titan.
Mikkel probably likes that podcast where the dude just yells at sluts. He makes them rate themselves, dude. Why would you ever go on that show? I never understand.
I don't know.
How do they get ladies to sign up for this show where they're like, rate yourself, and then they're like, I think I'm a 9. And he's like, you are clearly not a 9. Your weight, your height, your face.
Yeah.
Like, and then he starts just listing off things.
Let's be real. Your tits are sagging to the floor. Okay. We know that you've had Botox. That's way too much lip filler. And to be honest, you could lose 10 pounds. Why don't we just check reality real quick, Barb?
You have a 600 credit score and you drive a Scion. Okay. So you're not a fucking 9. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. Your Toyota Tercel, okay? The hood has a different color. Okay. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
You haven't replaced your back window. It's got duct tape on it. You're not a 10. Take the fuzzies off your steering wheel.
I don't even know how you facilitate that podcast. You're like, all right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a podcast.
Dumb women.
I'm going to find a gaggle of dumb whores, a never-ending line of whores.
Yeah, what?
And I'm going to humiliate them for an hour a week, every week. And they're going to keep signing up to do it. Like, you think eventually he would run out of, like, dumb bitch. I wonder if he just goes on the street and he's like, would you like to be screamed at for an hour later on today at around 4 o'clock? I'll come on and I'll humiliate you in front of the world.
She's like, that's actually my
I would
kink.
like that very much.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. And then in the background of that video when he's interviewing on the street is Josh painting a mural of stick figures on the house with huge dongs. Yeah.
That'd be great if I became a well-renowned artist and I just painted stick figures
with dogs.
Oh my God, this speaks to me.
What's this called, Jake?
What's this called? Pursuit of Man.
Yeah, and then you just write Serenity next to it. And just everyone's like,
have you seen the art installation of the guy who just beats the shit out of a drum, a snare drum, the Chinese guy?
Yeah,
I love that guy.
And he's just wailing it.
He flips the table, he lays on the ground. Genius, dude. I would pay to see that actually, dude.
Yeah,
just
I would 100%.
Small room. And just watch some Chinese guy beat up a snare drum for a half an hour.
Yeah. That'd be such a good YouTube segment of just us with Ray-Ban song, with the Ray-Ban glasses that can record that people bring into strip clubs, or the Meta glasses, and we're just watching those, and then we just do playbacks of us just roasting the shit out of these guys.
I'm gonna start my own where I just play the triangle, but I spaz the entire time. I just kick shit. Punch a guy. Punch sock a guy in the crowd.
Yeah,
it's hard, dude. It's hard.
You're doing that, and then over the loudspeaker, I'm just reading excerpts from Uncle Tom's Cabin in the background. And you're just going hard.
I tape the triangle stick to my wiener, and I fucking put the triangle around my wiener. They're like, oh my God, he's a genius.
And he said, I don't want to work on the plantation anymore. I wasn't born like this.
Yeah.
There's some art history major right now that would cry during that performance. It's such a beautiful statement on Jim Crow America. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But
how does he find that is the thing is what's the one finance show with that Caleb dude?
Yeah, he was just on Rogan.
Yeah, I saw the episode. It was all right. I was kind of hoping he'd get like more into like finance talk with Rogan because I'm like, I don't love watching him just yell at dumb people the entire time. I do kind of want like more financial advice. But how do you get like, I know he quote unquote helps people for that show, but like it's almost like a kink thing, like where he's like,
Yeah.
we have to shame you. I have to tear you down publicly and then I'll
Uh-huh.
help you out. Okay.
Yeah.
And
But like I
I
have
don't know
no
if like,
job.
yeah,
I
literally.
recycle cans. My weekly spending is $9,000. You're like, what? Like,
Yeah,
why are you
yeah,
going on
yeah.
this show? And he's like, you are retarded. Like, there's no other way to put it. And it's like, you signed up for this. Like, you knew what he was gonna say.
Yeah,
You knew that you
yeah,
have no
literally.
proof of income. Like, you have like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. There's a there's a clip I just saw of like this like couple that went on and she's like, "Can I mention that he's on Roblox all the time?" And Caleb's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, like I track how long he's on Roblox." And Caleb's like, "Let me see." And then it was like the dude on average for every day is like 5 hours a day on Roblox. He was just on Roblox before he got on the show and then deleted his account right after that. And he's just like, he's talking to minors. You know that. We
100%.
all
Yeah.
know he's talking to
Yeah.
kids in
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
There's
And
no
the
other
guy's
reason.
trying to cover his tracks. There's no reason he would ever be on Roblox other than to go
For
and talk to
4
kids.
hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely naughty. But back to X
Yeah.
Files. The thing with X Files, the pitch that you have to
Yeah.
make
Sorry. Sorry. We got
to
distracted.
Mikkel
Yeah.
is that like funny episodes mixed in. Like there's hilarious episodes. Like only about 6 out of 24 of the episodes every season actually push the story along. Like the
Forward.
rest
The
are just
rest are
non
like
sequiturs
throwaways.
that you can just laugh hysterically at. You know what I mean? It's a lot of close
Yeah.
ups of a guy getting possessed, and then the close up is on his face. He's like, oh, and then me and Mary
Yeah.
just started dying, dude. We started dying, bro.
Yeah.
Or I said the other week there was one where it was an alien gorilla, or the aliens abducted a gorilla from the zoo,
Yeah.
and then David Duchovny goes to interview the gorilla, or he gets trapped in the cage of the gorilla somehow, and it was clearly just a dude in a gorilla suit. Dude, we just
It's
we
just
just
talking.
died laughing.
It's
You
George
can
of the
see like
Jungle.
his eyes through the suit, like they clearly just painted his eyes black, like through the mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the
Wow,
good thing.
you're such intelligent creatures. Looking into their eyes, you really do
Yes, and
feel
then
like you
camera
looking
pans
back
to
at
some guy
yourself.
in a suit, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah. So that's the pitch is that yeah. But then when you get a story pushing episode, you're like, yes, yes,
yeah, yeah,
we got a
yeah,
story
yeah. I
pushing
get it. I
episode,
get
dude.
it. Mom, you're never gonna believe it. I got my big break. Okay, I made it onto X
Yeah.
Files.
Who do you play,
I'm
honey?
the I'm the gorilla. She's like, what? You're white. No, I play the gorilla
I play the gorilla that was abducted by aliens.
by aliens.
Honey,
Ah,
this
that's
is
great.
great. This is
That's
great, honey.
you finally gonna buy me that house you promised? We can move out of Section 8? You really think we could do it this time? Mom, I promise. This is it. This is our big break, Mom. Okay, pack your bags because we're moving to Malibu.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's some fire episodes. So you just gotta pitch that it's not all serious. That you can make fun of it. Even if, you know,
Does it know to an extent that it is stupid, or is it like taking
oh, it's
itself really
entirely
seriously?
self-aware, dude. It's entirely
Okay, I was about to say, like, does it know
they have an
that it's
episode
ridiculous?
I've seen on like the listing in season 7. The title of the episode is literally called "Jumping the Shark." So like it's entirely self-aware.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah.
They did an episode where there was like a famous author who was writing um like a
And
book
then the
about
stuff came true every time.
Scully and Mulder, and they were literally making fun of like the plot line of the show about how like every episode like one of
That's
the
so
person
funny.
believes the conspiracy and the other person's like, "You're crazy. How could you believe?" Like it's entirely
Yeah, yeah.
self-aware.
Yeah.
But
I love how I love when the show like gets self-aware to the degree of like the writers are like, we know this sucks. We're not gonna put any effort in, and you guys keep watching it. So we just have to keep cranking this out, you know?
yeah, but it's totally self-aware. Like and then they'll throw in like obscure episodes like that. The writer one with where like it's totally self-aware, and then this one we watched last week was absolutely fire, where the head of like um the deep state guy who like smokes cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like like about how he just wanted to be a writer and he just wanted to be an author and
Yeah.
and he's literally like the main bad guy in the show, and it's just like a super introspective episode about how like ever since he was a young boy he wanted to be a writer, and then like they go through his whole life story and he like kills JFK and he
Wait,
kills
what? Wait, really?
yeah
He was the shooter on the grassy knoll.
yeah he was the shooter on the grassy knoll. Yeah, they explained that he was like they like it highly allude to the fact that he was a Manchurian candidate. He had like no living.
Yeah.
At one point he's reading a book about Manchurian candidates, and then like they bring him in for questioning and they're like asking him like, do you have any recollection of these world events?
You're just cutting out the entire time.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Now he's back. You're gonna have to make sure you upload your audio to the Google Drive for this episode because you've been cutting out a lot.
Jake forgot to do that, and he is a loser.
But yeah, so they like are going through about how he wanted to be a writer, and then how he was the shooter on the grassy knoll, and then like how he was the guy who shot Martin Luther King too. They like show that too. But then the entire reason I bring this episode up is because like the show is self-aware, because at one point they're like planning world events, like what do we do about this? What do we do about that? And then like at one point, the deep state, they're like, all right, what about sports? And then the head of the deep state's like, the Buffalo Bills will never win a Super Bowl as long as I'm alive. And then they just skip
That's actually
right
so
over
funny.
Just
That's
skip
so
right
funny.
over it. Yeah. Like, and I was dying like the entire episode. And then they're like, what about sports? He's like, they're never winning a Super Bowl.
That's funny. Yeah.
It's called an absolute try. But yeah,
That's sick.
I love it. I love the show.
Yeah. It's way better than TV than what I've been watching. I've been watching Love Island, and
oh my gosh,
I'm so glad that I get to watch another year of what is the most popular TV show in America at the moment, and I feel not only blessed but hopeful for the youth of our future. It does suck because they're all younger than me, everyone on the show.
Yeah,
and it is kind of funny, like being a 30-year-old. And then you see him and they're like, I am 22 and I'm here on Love Island to find true love. And you're like, bitch, you don't even know who you are at this point.
You don't even know what love is.
Yeah, literally.
You
have fake
don't
tits.
even know who you are. Yeah, you have fake tits and you're 22, dude.
Yeah.
Where's your self-esteem?
It's funny seeing all the girls that are like, well, I've kind of like rode the wave of being hot my entire life. And now there's a camera on me. I kind of have to like grow a personality, and I've never had to do that before.
I have no clue how to have a personality, actually. What do I like? What are my interests?
Yeah, they're like literally there's one couple. He's from Cape May, New Jersey, and then she's from Philly. And they were like, okay, you're coupled up. And then they're like, what do we do? And then it got quiet, and she's like, go birds. And he's like, go birds, go birds.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it cut. Yeah. And then it cut to the interview, and he's like, I wasn't so sure about destiny, but you know what? I think we're gonna have a lot of things in common right now. I'm pretty excited for the villa. And then there's like a 29-year-old, and he's paired up with like a 22-year-old, and he's just like, so he's like, college? And she's like, no. And he's like, okay, career. And she's like, wow, I'm still in my parents. And he's like, fuck, I don't really know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna have to squeeze a lot of milk out of this tit. And she's like, oh,
never heard of it. He's
never,
like, Timmy Neutron. She's like, I got nothing. He's like, Timmy Turner. She's like, nope, still nothing.
SpongeBob? Oh, I love SpongeBob.
Like, all right.
Thank God, yeah. And then you know what? When it's like time for breakfast in the morning and she's getting ready, he puts on Bluey for her.
Yeah,
and then he goes,
like, yay, Bluey! Just huge fake tits.
Yeah,
fake tits and Bluey. That's literally what that show is. I feel like this season's gonna stink though. I only saw like a half an hour peripherally from what Mary was watching, but it seems
it's gonna stick.
I feel like they peaked with Leah and Rob, with Snake Rob and Leah. Like they're never gonna get back there, dude. Last season they couldn't even sniff it. This season we have a fucking. They're all like mid, kinda. Like it'll be like a fat ass with like a paper bag face, and then we just throw a bitch with one leg in there.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Love Island knows damn well what they're doing. They know the jokes I'm cracking at the TV screen.
Yeah.
When you put this chick with one leg in there.
Yeah, you put on Tink Tink in there. Poor little
Insane.
Tink Tink. That's an old Cat
Insane,
Williams
dude.
joke.
And then she's supposed to compete? Like, this is not fair.
She actually
No
runs the
offense.
house. She runs the house, dude. That's the problem. Is she had to get mean. She's not only is she like Latina, but she's missing a leg, so she had to get mean. Okay, so she's a Paralympian, so she runs that house. Like you can tell she's a ringleader.
You better not go to the bathroom in the villa, dude.
Right through the door.
I thought it was a fucking.
Yeah.
Thought we were being robbed.
Dude, what? Yeah, that's the thing that kills me is he's just like, what did she say for him to be like, you know what, I'm just going to empty a clip to the door while she's taking a piss in the toilet, you know?
Dude, he hit her with the fucking Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, for real.
What's his name?
Yeah, when John Travolta comes out of the bathroom and he just looks up. Yeah, no, that's real.
I thought it was a robber.
Oh, darn. She looked just like the guy that broke into our house last week. He, I'll be honest, and this is for our viewers, in case you don't like this, I'm going to be forced to do this every week if I'm watching Love Island. This is two straight white guys, and we're dissecting the week. I gotta put it
out this season, but I'll peripherally. I just seen the one white chick who has 90 tits or 90s tits. She clearly underspent on her tits.
Yes,
those things are on either side of the room, dude. I don't know who your doctor was, dude. You should have given them the extra $5,000 to make those things look a little more real, because you got negative and positive tits, or negative and negative tits, and they're like magnets, dude. We can't get them touched.
They're in different school districts. Okay, they're in different. There's clearly different like zonings for each of these boobs. I like when she popped on, I was like, what's up with Pamela Anderson over here? And like and even like zoomed out, like when it shows her in the bikini, like she has, I don't know how to describe this, like the most 90s 2000s bikini body you've ever seen, where like the only thing you put effort on is like to get a flat stomach, so you have no ass and fake tits, right? And you're trying to be like, I'm hot. Oh no, I can't hear you, Jake.
Oh my god, this is
there you
fucking
go. You're back.
bullshit.
You're back.
I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in. But yeah, what is with fucking old heads and they love no ass and big rock hard fake tits?
Big tits, dude, and a barbed wire tattoo around the arm, and they're like, oh man, crazy. Yeah,
a weird.
She doesn't smoke. Yeah, she doesn't smoke like Reds. She smokes like Virginia Slims, and they're like, wow, what a girl, just a classy broad, you know.
I actually preferred the British versions of Love Island because they do all rip heaters. Everybody, 10 out of 10s. Everybody's smoking cigs the entire time, dude.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
And back in the day, they would splice it out better. They would have like all the ladies would be like 8, and they'd wait until everybody coupled up, and then they would drop in like a bombshell 10, dude.
Yeah,
and then just fucking nuke the villa, dude. And all the dudes would be like, I don't even really like her like that, you know? Like, well, we've been paired up for like a couple weeks, but like,
we're not really serious, you know? We're just kind of like, she like interviews her. She's like, we're like the old couple here on the island, you know? It's crazy. We've just been together so long. He's like, shit, man, I don't even know how I feel about it. Yeah. What else?
It's a mass cuck ritual, though.
Yeah, 100%. Like you gotta get off a little bit on watching some guy steal your girl and like
make out with 10 dudes and then your boyfriend. That's like every challenge. They're like, suck each other's lips and then at the end make out with the person you're paired up with.
Yeah. Everyone needs to put their hand in the pants of the person on their left.
Yeah.
All right. And on 3, you're gonna go to town.
Cinemax scenes with everybody in the villa that you're not paired up with. Softcore porn. You guys are gonna be dry humping on national television, and then you're gonna go back to bed with the person that you were with the day before.
Yeah, dude, the noises in that bedroom must be insane because they're all like they all sleep in the same room, and it's like, no one's gonna full out have sex, but they're all doing hand stuff underneath the covers.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely
like making
fucking,
on top.
There's no way they're not just fucking.
That, and they're trying to be real quiet, so I'm sure like there's got to be a point in the night where you hear a couple, you hear some like 1,000 thread count like Egyptian cotton sheets just kind of like rubbing in just the right way. Yeah,
they definitely have to like bolt all those beds to the ground so they don't squeak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all on shock absorbers, Tempur-Pedic mattresses.
Yeah, because if not, it would cut to like it would do a hard cut to Fijian news right on the island. It'd be like a 6.8 earthquake on the south side of the island struck last night.
Skier. Every night,
and it's
the lights go off.
It goes to the crew and the producers like, all right, so when we bought the house, structurally it couldn't actually handle the humping, so we had to put a couple more columns over here, and we actually had to put more concrete into the slab.
We had to reinforce the footers.
The footers, yeah. We had to put some. We had to pour some extra footers. We're doing number 8 rebar inside of all of them going up, and I'm gonna be honest. All right, the seismic load on this thing through the roof. Okay, it could withstand a 7.9 Japanese earthquake if we needed to.
They should all they should make him sleep in one big Charlie Bucket grandparent bed. Like, just have like the world's largest bed and just have them all sleep head to toe in there. Same bed.
Oh, just be an orgy every night of just
freaky ass Charlie Bucket's grandparents, by the way. I mean, we couldn't afford 2 beds.
Yeah. Well, did you see the way his mom ate that piece of chocolate?
No.
You've never. Hold on.
No.
You've never. You've never.
She ate it all sloppy.
You've never seen Charlie Bucket's mom eat that piece of chocolate? Because I'm just saying, with a mouth like that, there's no reason they should be poor.
Freaky ass Grandpa Joe, dude, sleeping in bed with the fucking in-laws, bro.
Oh man,
what is that? How do you even pitch that living arrangement? All right, guys, return on money.
What do you?
Both sets of in-laws are gonna move in together. And I know what you're thinking. We should have enough room for everybody to have their own room, but no, we have one giant bed.
Bed in the middle. Okay.
The smelliest bed ever. Imagine the stains on that mattress, dude. I mean, that mattress was 3 different shades of yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, because Grandpa's pissing in it every night.
Oh, for sure.
There's bedpans everywhere next to it. The house, when they zoomed in on the house is like this slants. They're like, any day now, if the wind any day now, it's gonna fall right on Grandma and Grandpa, and we're gonna get this insurance money. We're waiting on it. That's what it was. They're like, we're putting you on the same bed, and when the house collapses, okay, it's gonna put on all of you guys,
on all 4 of you.
All 4 of you. We're gonna get you guys in one clean swoop. Yeah, when the dad's like his like daily chore for Charlie before he goes to work is like Charlie has to give the house like 3 good kicks from the outside before he can go on. Yeah.
Just get on the one side and push as hard as you can.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna Google Charlie Bucket's mom eating chocolate. This is how Helena Bonham Carter, the actress, decided to go and eat that piece of chocolate. That's all I'm saying.
That's thing, dude.
With a mouth like that, there's no reason the family should be
out
poor.
on the fucking corner, lady. Pick up the fingerless gloves and get to work.
No way she had mouth game like that. Yeah, dude. You kidding me? Get to work, lady. What are we doing?
Also, there's no way they didn't just sell that factory to like. They definitely outsourced all the labor to illegal immigrants.
Yeah, like, we don't have to pay them a real wage.
We actually can't afford the taxes on this place, so, we're gonna have to sell it. America's home.
We actually don't have any employees. They all have their own LLCs.
Yeah.
Okay, which works out really well because we also don't have to pay them that way. So, and you cut right out again.
Oh no!
Oh, he's back. It's like almost like when I call it out, the microphone starts working again.
Dude, infuriating. But yeah, I wonder if like they negotiated the midget slaves as like part of the deal for the factory. They're like, so do I 1099 all the Oompa Loompas, or
how does this work?
Are they unionized or what's going on here? There's just some union leader. Union leader. Teamster.
Sir, they've the workers have stopped. They've organized a union. And Mr. Wonka's like, oh no, well that won't do. And he just walks out with a revolver and he's like, huh, which one's the union representative? And he just shoots him right between the eyes right there. Now get back to work.
Falls in the chocolate river. Just floats down the river. Just face down in the chocolate river.
Chocolate river going. Anyone else want to start a union around here? Didn't think so.
Sucks him right up.
Yeah. Dude, literally, they do an uprising. It does a hard cut to Wonka with like holding the revolver to his forehead. He's like, "No, fucking pull the trigger, pull the trigger. I'd love for you to
Do
fucking
it.
pull the trigger." Yeah, do it, do it, do it. That's what I fucking thought, nerd. Get back to work.
Escapes to Panama on his flying elevator.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, I'll
didn't
just
work
take the
out this
flying
time.
elevator.
Yeah. You know
You
what?
can
We're
keep
just
the
gonna
factory. I'm gonna take the magic elevator. Actually, instead.
Yeah. They're breaking down the door. He's like, oh, time to go to one of these countries that don't extradite
Yeah.
back. Bermuda sounds good right about now. That's the last fucking time I go and outsource from immigrants. It takes off.
Just flies right off. Flash cut to the flying elevator hitting the towers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Shout out to what was his name? Milton Hershey, the guy that started Hershey's chocolate, who literally started his own slave colony down in Cuba to go and get free labor. I'm pretty sure that's the inspiration for it, was like Milton Hershey started, I think it was called Hersheyville in Cuba, where he's like, you get to live in a town and we give you a house and I don't have to pay you because you get paid with the company store money. And then
You get paid with Hershey bucks.
Isn't that
They're
crazy?
like, what can we buy? And they're like, chocolate. Just an entire town runs on chocolate.
Yeah. Mr. Hershey, it costs $500 Hershey to get eggs for my kids. Well, sounds like you should do a double shift on the plant, doesn't it?
You have to pick up some weekends then. I don't know.
Woo! Oh, I can't afford to get my kids Hershey's themed Christmas gifts. Boo hoo. You should have worked harder so you can buy something at the store. Yeah, it was yeah, I think it was like for his like the sugar plantation that he had there, which is bad. But he was like, what if we build a town and I just pay them in company money and get them all houses and they just work their asses off.
He had a coal miner set up.
Yeah, he did.
Cocoa.
Yeah, and for it. What also for Love Island, I just want to say, if they ever need to rebrand the show, they can 100% just call it Love on the Spectrum in Fiji, because every dude on there has autism. I don't know what the producer was thinking, or whoever the casting director is, when they're like, all right, we're looking for a lot of guys with some like really chill vibes, but the second the dudes open their mouth, I'm like, they have autism. It's 100%. You mistook their chill vibe for the fact that they just don't know how to communicate with people. When they're like, yeah, no, I'm really I'm looking for like a intellectual girl, and they like can't make eye contact with the camera when they're doing the interview. And then like they're like, hey, you're a really cool guy, and they're like, yeah, for real, yeah, definitely. Just a bunch of dudes that don't know how to communicate or know any tone on their voice, completely absent. Like I said, it's Love on the Spectrum, and all these girls are finding out that they're like, just because you have a hot body doesn't mean you actually have like a good personality.
I'm convinced that they have to like personality profile these people to like ensure that they won't get in fistfights. Because the fact that there's never been a fistfight is mind blowing to me. Like, hey, that's my girl. You know what I mean? Just fucking fist flying, dude.
Yeah. Because they I don't know. Because like they all get pretty drunk at some points too throughout the show. You know, you can tell there's a couple fights where I'm like, they were boozing it up pretty hard that night. But like, for real, the crew that they have of guys, hold on, let me see. Here's the cast list they have. I'll tell you if they have autism or not. Okay. The girls don't, except for Miss One Leg right over there. But like, yeah, the 29-year-old that was like a Calvin Klein model, Bryce, autistic for sure. Now he's a DJ. So that's one person with autism. Sean, no, he's a good guy. Sincere, 100% autistic. They just brought in another guy, autistic. Zach also has autism. Like the whole time I was like, am I losing my mind? Like I'm watching the show and I'm like, he's got a little tism on him. I don't know if that's what they were looking for it, but like, I guess they're hot. But I was just like, he doesn't know how to talk to girls. He's got tism. He's not making eye contact with her. At
the auditions, they just like throw a bunch of playing cards in the air and they're like, count them. Yeah.
52. It's like, okay, well, that happens to be a deck. Maybe we should try a different. We should probably try something different. No, but like for real, I bet like if somebody had like a Hot Wheels collection, not naming names, and that Hot Wheel and that Hot Wheels collection happened to be on the house with them, I think the guys would have trouble paying attention to the girls because they would be playing with the Hot Wheels on the floor. Or like if somebody was like, there's a model train set, right? And they're like, would you rather talk to the girls in Love Island, or would you rather, with all the boys, build the model train set across the house? I think all the guys would be like, yo, model trains, boy.
100%.
Which would be kind of that'd be sick, actually.
We think that you're just here to ride the zip line.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that are just there to ride the zip line for sure.
Also, I was thinking the other day about model train guys, not to derail the subject, but I was thinking about those guys.
I see what you did there.
No,
Not to
no, we can
derail
go
the
back.
subject.
But I was thinking the other day about like what has to happen to you as a child for you to build an entire town in your basement with a cutout in the middle for you to stand in and conduct an entire like I imagine you're like you're conducting like what has to happen in your childhood
I don't know.
where you're like I can control this. This is my little town where everything goes right.
Nothing,
All the
goes
trains
wrong.
are on time. You know, everything gets switched.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and look, and the train that goes right past my house on Mulberry Street. Oh, and there's my house, and there's a mom and a dad who really love each other, and they never yell at each other inside. They never yell at each other inside this house.
And here's little Jimmy, and he never has to hide under the bunk beds.
Yeah.
He never has to hide under the bunk beds, and he always gets 3 hot meals a day and a loving family and Christmas presents.
And his Uncle Jim doesn't lose his job over at the factory and have to move in. And what's that? He has to move into my bedroom because it's the only place that'll fit another twin bed. And Uncle Jim never wrestles him.
Uncle Jim in jail where he belongs. Look right there in the jailhouse.
Right there in the jail. And you know what? He's not going to get out early for good behavior. He's going to do 25 to life forever. Yeah, exactly.
Uncle Jim and the trains are on time.
Fucking Jim. And then you have you're crying as you have your little wood train whistle, like boop boop.
Yeah.
And the trains don't go anywhere near the jail. Boop,
Yeah.
boop.
No one goes near the jail. No one even visits the jail.
There's big guys. There's big guys that are wrestling with Jim over there, and he loses. He loses those wrestling matches every time.
10 times out of 10, and there's big scary guards, and they beat Jim up. They beat him up. They do every day. They wake up and they piss in his Cheerios every morning.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a hilarious sketch.
That'd be so funny, dude.
Great conductor guy who just makes it too personal.
All these like pristine, like little like figurine pieces, and then there's just like one piece that's like duct taped together and like gets burnt, and you're like, "That's my Uncle Jim. He taught me how to. He taught me how to wrestle, and he also taught me how to hate as well." Yeah,
this is little Jimmy, and he goes to school, and he has all the friends, and he never has to eat his lunch in the bathroom by himself.
Yeah.
Jimmy's the star of the football team, and he gets the hot girl Clarissa. This is Jimmy.
The whole
and
town's
Clarissa.
rooting for him. And nobody makes fun of him at homecoming at the dance because he put his pants on backwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is Jimmy going to prom, and he got prom king instead of staying at home and slow dancing with his mom.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely what has to happen for you to construct an entire town in one room of your house.
Boop, boop.
No, this room is a town that I can control every aspect of.
Everything.
Nothing goes wrong in that room. You stay
and my
the
bitch ex-wife.
Yeah.
My bitch ex-wife is not allowed in this room. This is my as he lives in the garage next to the house with his wife living inside, his ex-wife living inside the house. She's got a boyfriend over, and she's like, "Is someone in the garage? Sounds like I heard a train whistle coming from the garage." She's like, "Man, don't worry about it. Come back to my room." Yeah. That's the dream. That is the dream post-divorce. You're in the garage, that detached garage from the house. You just get to go and do your model trains all day. You don't even remember like your kids' names or how old they are. You know, you're just wearing a robe with nothing underneath. You cut out.
What the fuck is going on?
Now you're back.
This is an
It's like when I
outrage.
call it. It's when I call it out, dude. It comes back.
It's an absolute outrage.
It's when I call it out, dude. It comes back.
It's an absolute outrage.
That's such a funny skit, though. That 100%
Yeah, I had
like. I can't hear anything you're saying right
Oh my!
now.
Oh my God!
There he is. He's back.
What the hell? But yeah, something's got to go seriously wrong for you to.
For you to be into model trains.
Yeah, 100%.
And Jimmy gets to walk every day to school, and a little guy in a big white van doesn't pick him up, and he doesn't take him out to the dump where he goes and he wrestles with Jimmy inside his van by the dump.
Yeah, this house, the abandoned house in the neighborhood, it's burnt to the ground. It's burnt to the ground. No one ever gets to go in there.
He's got a hammer. And I'm God, and God destroys the abandoned house. And he destroys the house, and he destroys
What's
the
going on in
basement.
there, honey? Nothing. I'm fine.
Don't come in here.
Are you destroying the abandoned house again? No, I'm not.
I'm not. You're wiping tears. I said never come into my study. I said you're not allowed in my study. Jim, you've been unemployed for 6 months now. Okay.
It's time for you to sign the papers. This marriage is done, Jim.
I can't. Can you just? I slid the papers under the door, Jim. Can you just, please, for the love of God, sign it, and we can just all be happy? No, I'm not signing it.
This is tied to the
I can't.
track.
I really hope that your mic caught that joke.
Oh my God.
I know we're on such a good riff, and then your mic keeps fucking
Whatever, dude.
cutting.
Life is a lie. Life is a lie.
I know. And then
yeah, that's what I got going
we'll
on.
have like a little, and then in the background there'll be a little figurine, and he's painting a mural on a barn, and it's Josh.
And he's got a huge
It's
finger cock.
and Josh named it the Prophet Muhammad. That's the name of his drawing. I'm just gonna caveat that into everything.
Linda, we painted a mural for you of them raising the flag on Iwo Jima on the side of your barn.
Yeah, it's actually all 5 different versions of your husband, but he's different races. So
Yeah.
you can imagine him. Yeah, coexisting. And you're there. And if you notice this little wet spot right around your crotch. Yeah.
And there's one stream of piss going to a terrestrial TV.
and the other one's going to FM radio. And right here, AM radio sits safely. Where a little bit of residue got stuck inside his urethra because he was
Dude,
making
I
love
wish
the night
that
before.
Andy Samberg's movie career did better, dude, because he had some.
I know.
There's got to be some that he's written, dude, that are still in the chamber somewhere. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
I wish Hot Rod did better, dude, because it's such a fucking good movie.
It's such a good movie, dude. A little bit of residue. The even to like the opener, where it's like the opening scene is like there, it's all the hype like around the big pool jump.
Yeah.
And then just like I love him like no joke, just like no form change, just him acting like he's still gonna like he's gonna make the jump just right into the pool. Oh man. If there's anything this week's taught me, especially with the Backrooms movie coming out and Obsession, I can make a movie and it can make $80 million in the box office on opening weekend. No problem.
Do you have a movie plot that you've always thought about? Because I do.
No, not really, actually. But yeah,
I have one that I've always thought about because I love the Death Wish movies,
okay, yeah.
but they're impossible to recreate nowadays because, like,
You only
can't
shot
just have-
minorities.
yeah, you can't just have a white guy
You
shooting
only-
minorities in a movie nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to do like Black Death Wish, but
Yeah.
it's like John Wick meets Death Wish, but it's like a black guy. Because I think that
Ooh.
black on black crime might be the only way you could possibly get that
That'd be
movie
the only
done.
way.
Even
But
that
he's
would
gotta
still
be-
probably be problematic.
He's got to be
'Cause
a
I've
guy
thought
that like
about this,
walks
like,
both
how can
worlds.
you do this?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, yeah. Like if Common was like the main guy, I think you could pull it off.
I want to do like a guy who's like addicted to drugs, and he like was living on the street, and then like his wife like gets him sober, and then like the
He also
whole
learned
death
kung
wish
fu
thing
while he was on
happens,
the.
and then like the wife dies, and then the dude's like, all right, we're going back to the drugs,
I'm back, baby.
and then he just fucking just like, what I mean, and then fucking just
Yeah.
locks and loads, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we have like
That's-
sick ass music, like Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, just puts AirPods in, just fucking goes back to the
Yeah.
needle, and then just fucking
Yeah. Come and get your love.
yeah.
Come and get your love. Yeah. Like that John Wick scene where he's like taking the sledgehammer to the floor to get like the safe that's
Yeah.
like in the ground because he's like, I'm back. And then he opens up the case and it's just full of black tar heroin.
Just a spoon and a needle,
like yeah, just a just instead of assault rifles being down there, yeah, it's a little baggie, spoons and needles and a lighter.
Just
And
does a
he's like,
speedball, and then just
I'm
freaking
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
He's
thought
got a
about that movie
backpack.
forever. That'd be sick, dude. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be. It's so basically you want Crank. It's Crank, but with actual Crank, and then John Wick combined.
Yeah,
Is what we're looking.
Crank, John
'Cause,
Wick, and Death Wish all wrapped into one bundle.
At a
That's my
certain
elevator
point,
pitch.
he'll do like he'll be having enough drugs in his system that like the cumulative hangover would kill him, so he has to keep going.
Yeah.
And he can't actually stop. I like where your head's at right now,
Yeah.
actually.
And then in
Yeah.
the end, like fucking, you know, he goes to end it all, and then like they hit him with the Narcan, and he like ends up surviving.
Yeah. I get where you're going. Yeah, this pitch was definitely thrown in the 80s at some point. Like, not saying someone made this movie, but I guarantee there was a coked up conversation in the 80s that sounded a lot like this. That was
Yeah.
like, okay, he's on drugs.
Because I've thought about this so many times, like how could you recreate the Death Wish movies? And they did it with the Kevin Bacon one, and they made it white on white crime,
Yeah.
which might be the only other option because they had him
that
go
is
after
you.
like a biker gang.
Yeah, that is. Well, that's like the whole like the one mini series that they just did on HBO was just like there was like some guy is raiding gang members' houses in Philly, right? And they're just like, well, he's a white guy is the lead that we got, so they have to be a motorcycle gang in Philly that he's raiding.
Yeah, it has to be a motorcycle gang. That's the only
That's got to
option.
be it. Yeah. That's the only time we can see him killing. It's got to be a white motorcycle gang of all Irish dudes in Philly.
Yeah,
And that's how we'll do it. Yeah. No, I get it. It'd be because the Death Wish movies are sick. Like
and it's a true story. The first
Is it
one
because it was just like New York just that bad in the 70s that some guy was just like, you know what, F it, like I'm just gonna go full Batman on it.
Yeah, the first one was like loosely based off a true story, and then like I think he ended up like killing somebody who like attacked like the DA's, someone related to the DA or something, and then that's how he ends up getting off in real life or something like that.
Yeah.
Somehow he like gets off.
You gotta think like back then, just everyone's like an old Vietnam vet. Like I've killed people before. Like F it. That is definitely a solution to your problems. Like I will. Don't worry, I'll take care of this scenario.
It's like the Koreans and the Rodney King riots. They're like, we've been here.
Yeah. They put on the little headbands.
They
get
break
on
out the
roof.
Mosin Nagant. Boys, we're back, dude.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? That must have been such a good feeling for them to dust off the old rifles. And his wife's like, where are you? No, you're getting the Mosin again? He's like, shut up, bitch.
I'm putting the bayonet back on this bitch.
Putting it on. Yeah. You get a bottle of warm sake and you head on the roof with your Mosin Nagant. That's a good weekend.
The blade has to taste blood before I can put it back in sheath.
Yeah, just the scariest guys. Oh man, because like I don't know how much you know about like the Korean War, the Vietnam War, with like what the South Koreans had a green light doing, especially Vietnam. There was a lot of Korean soldiers in Vietnam that were just like, yeah, like we just got done this war. U.S. kind of owns us right now, so South Korea is going to show up. And the U.S. was like, sick. So like, it's much better PR if we have these guys do like the war crimes pretty much outright. And, like we can like cover it up as police action, but we'll have the South Korean dudes, dude, green light, go. Whatever you want, it's okay.
We're taking off the cops, boys. Get after it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that must have been wild back in the day of just like the whole. Like the whole city of New York, or just like any town was just like, yeah, like we were all in the service, like we all killed people. Anyway, back to our 9 to 5, you know. Like after World War II, That must have been wild. Where like everyone's just back at their job and they're like, "Oh, hey, like I haven't
Hey,
seen you in a while.
yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
I just want to dress the elephant in the room."
I
Like,
think about how Hitler let the Japanese dudes in. Like, he just like got rid of all the
Was it-
Aryan race shit. He was like,
yeah.
You guys are cool, you know? Yeah, he's looking at the Japanese. He's like,
Mm.
I've had it, boys. Get in there.
Yeah. You know what? Lucha Libre tag. You're in. You got next. Yeah. You know what's funny? It was like, because like everyone's like John Wayne, like that's a tough, rough American dude right there. You know what? But like, if you think about it, because he did a bunch of movies like in the 50s and 60s, there's like all this behind the scenes stuff of reports that like John Wayne was just bullied by the like crew members because John Wayne dodged the draft. He was never in World War II. So like, you have like a draft dodger being the lead of a movie, and then everyone else that's like running the cameras and the mic and the booms all actually fought in World War II. So like everyone on set was just like, yeah, this dude's just an enormous pussy. And so they just bullied they just bullied John Wayne like on set. Like the cameraman's been like, "Yo, pussy," and he's like, "Shut up."
Acting in theater. Yeah,
He wasn't even a vet.
Guys who left the war and had no families to go back to.
Yeah, he's like, I have a bayonet kill. I have like 6 bayonet kills, and I'm supposed to be like respecting this fool over
I have
here.
enemy helmets that I flew home and put in a trophy case in my house.
Yeah, how do you think I got this Ruger?
And now I'm a gaffer on the John Wayne movie.
Yeah, like he forgets his line. The cameraman's just like, "Yo, shut the fuck up, nerd." Yeah, that'd be sweet. Anyway, I think if we ever put money together for a legitimate skit, it should be the model train. The model train skit in the basement of this guy. Just some guy be like, "I can control this. Okay?
This is in my control entirely." That's definitely how that happens.
Nothing can hurt Jim when we're over here in Magic Land. Yeah, that would be such a funny skit. Just him being like, "And there's my house," and then nobody yells in that house. Yeah. But, all right, we've hit our limit.
Let's go. Way better than last week's stinker.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Last week's
stinker. I found out tonight that Steph listens to every episode. So,
oh jeez, no.
She listens while she works. Yeah.
Does she really?
Yeah, she said, she was like, "Oh, I listened to him." I was like, "What?" She's like,
fuck.
"Yeah, I need podcasts to listen to at work." I was like, "Oh, all right."
Hey, yeah. You know what, Steph? Thanks for hanging in there. We appreciate it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. I don't know if we've ever made any comments, but you're a real one. Appreciate it.
Yeah, real one, Steph. Real shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that works, man. We hit it. We're good to go.
Okay. I will upload my audio.